Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and man, last night's WandaVision was actually really good. They finally gave us something. They finally gave us some conflict within its characters. They gave us some character development. They gave us a few answers, seemingly, about what's going on. It took 5 episodes, and I will argue I still think it took too long to get to this point, because now I'm finally getting a little bit invested, but it's been episode 5 of 9. Took too long, in my opinion, but thankfully, we got something last night. It was a longer episode, 42 minutes, although the credits are like 6 minutes in itself. But still, finally, they gave us a little bit something substantial. They gave us some answers. I don't want to get into spoilers just yet. I want to warn you before I do. But overall, I got to say, this was a fantastic episode. And it confirmed a scoop of mine that I'm going to talk about what that means for this world, what they could maybe still be doing. They may not actually be doing what we hope they're doing. Be prepared. Lots to get into, as well as my reaction review. So again, now I'm going to get into some spoilers. If you didn't yet watch the episode, maybe check out now. If you're not planning to watch the episode, then stay tuned. But let's get to this big reveal, what it means, and some more information. All right, so the other guy on the side of the store confirmed our report. So happy. Now, listen, just because this man came back, just because, now I can tell you because we all watched it, just because they brought in Evan Peters' X-Men character, seemingly the X-Men character, does that mean Disney is acknowledging that this character is from the X-Men? Well, thank you to Justin who found this link. Guys, listen, this is now straight from Disney Plus with the audio description on. Listen to how they describe it to viewers officially here on the Disney Plus app.
At her workstation,
I thought I had
mouth falls open. In Westview, Wanda stares at the version of Pietro from the X-Men films.
Wanda stares at the version of Pietro from the X-Men films. Now, a version. She says a version. But, as it says here, this clip probably play it for me.
Falls open. In Westview, Wanda stares at the version of Pietro.
At the version of Pietro. At the version of Pietro from the X-Men films. Stares at the version of the Pietro from the X-Men films. It says it right there from Disney, officially. So everybody who's out there, no, this is it. Hello, this is it. This is Quicksilver. This is Evan Peters' Quicksilver. Disney's audio descriptor has just confirmed that. Now, we got to step back because I got a lot to talk about with this episode. That's why I wanted to do this with you. I don't usually do these recaps, but this one was a big one because this means a lot for the Marvel MCU. Does this bring in the Fox universe? Seemingly, yes. Now, when they're telling our audience that it's the Quicksilver from X-Men, that's obviously they're setting that up. They want us to, oh my God, how? What does this mean? I have a theory on that. But all that's very big. If they're going to pull the rug from us and they're using this as a distraction and trick to make him Mephisto or somebody else, that's lame. Not into it. Not into it. There's a lot of other ways you could have done that tease, that trick, I think, to get fans' expectations up and then say, oh, no. Especially if you're about to introduce the multiverse with Multiverse of Madness. I mean, I see a lot of scoopsters now like implying, oh, you guys you don't even know what's going on. It's not really him. Oh, that's gonna be such a disappointment. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you bring that character back? Why would you bring him in? Why would you bring him in to do this and not deliver on the amazing potential of what this means? It would be so infuriating to me. I'm got to be honest. I'm gonna watch now. I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt, but I'm telling. I want you guys down in the comments. Tell me if they switch this out and it ends up not being Pietro, it ends up not being Evan Peters' Pietro under control in this scenario, and it's just a random person or a disguise as him, just coincidentally looking to trick us to be Mephisto or some other big secret big bad. Are you going to like that twist? Or is that wasting the opportunity of something? They're like, yeah, see, fans? Just kidding. I want your thoughts in the comments. Help the engagement as well. In fact, if you haven't already, because we get these scoops, hit that subscribe button, will you? Hit the all alerts to all, smash the like button, and please leave a comment for engagement. Helps this channel get past YouTube's ridiculous algorithm. I have so many subscribers who've hit that bell aren't getting notified. Best thing you can also do is follow me on social media on Twitter, Instagram, and I will always send out the links there too, so you can get notified in multiple ways. All right, but back to this. So that's my one big beef. If Disney does that, I'm gonna be upset. Now, and a lot of people are still suspecting it could, and I actually don't know the answer to that, and I wouldn't want to spoil it if I did. But I don't know. That one is still news to me. However, what this means. I mean, this is so exciting. Now, here's the theory. As we were watching last night, a Nerd Report, we were talking about this theory, and I think this could be a real reason. Now, remember earlier in the episode when they were talking about the kids, Tommy and Billy were talking about, can you bring back the dog? Can you bring back Sparky? And she made a whole big thing about, no, you can't bring people back from the dead. Life is life. We got to deal with, there's some consequences in life. And we have Agnes all sort of confused. It almost really did feel like she was setting this up because she brought the dog, everything else makes sense, right? So in the Marvel universe, in her universe, Pietro is dead. So in theory, it doesn't seem like she can bring people back from the dead yet. Maybe that's part of the trick at the end. Maybe there is a big mind control on her. I wouldn't mind that. But bringing back someone from the dead, you can't do. So does the devil pull Mephisto? Is this her? I don't know. Agnes, whoever she is. Some people think she's Agatha Harkness. I don't know enough of the WandaVision comics and stuff to really know the that much detail, but clearly something's going on with Catherine Hahn's character. Is this all part of the ploy to sort of trick her? Because think about it, right? If she couldn't bring back from the dead, maybe whether it's the kids who are doing it, the kids could be bringing back Pietro here, because they seem to not have Wanda's same control. Just like Evan Peter, if you've seen the leaked clips, now we can sort of talk about the leaked clips because it doesn't really like spoil the show, but it revealed him. And he's like sort of he's quippy. He's quippy like, and she knocks him down. And so it just feels like he doesn't have the same control as others. Vision sort of does. The kids seem to be out of her control. And now this character walks in. She's genuinely surprised to be there. Maybe this is all sort of a trick of, okay, well, you can't bring back the dead. So we plucked this Pietro from a different universe, from the multiverse, to put him in there. And then on top of that, so that way he can, it's real. I don't know why, but it's a way to justify it. And then maybe that's another trick near the end of this is all a big test to sort of like, well, would you like to bring him back from the dead? See, if you get the multiverse, maybe, Vision's also dead in reality. Would you like real Vision back? Well, why don't you open up the multiverse yourself and go get him? To me, that could be another way you could really explain why they justified bringing him in, how it justifies her opening up the multiverse, but bam, her becoming the big bad. That's what I hope will happen, and I'll be very excited if it does. But that's my theories on why they did that. Now, again, could this be someone else just tricking her? Yes, be prepared. We don't know for sure. I want to know what you guys think. Beyond that, though, the episode itself, Paul Bettany, bravo. Paul Bettany was on fire today, and this is why I like this episode finally, because we got some conflict between our two stars. We gave Vision now has an art. He has something to do. He was believing, now he doesn't believe her. And so there's doubt and there's frustration. And then when that scene when he took the guy out of his coma, please help me, Wanda, and finally it tells him what's happening, and then he breaks down and talks about it. I love the scene with the credits. The credits was amazing as they're fighting, and she's like, see ya. It doesn't matter. I'm going to bed. Like couples would fight, but no, not with this. And then he drops the "we're not done here" while the music and credits was rolling over them. This was brilliant. I loved this moment because I was like finally addressing sort of the whole gimmick, but using it for dramatic effect to branch the plot and the character development. Because in the first 4 episodes, I feel like we haven't gotten a lot of that. It's been fluffy fakeness. And for 4 episodes, come on, what's happening? It takes too long, and us waiting 3 weeks, I guess it was. It was 3 weeks. Waiting that long has just sort of not made me as invested as I wanted to be. So it's just been frustrating from that sake. But this moment right here, he storms out, and then we have the two. I don't want to show too much of this because they're going to yell at me. But you know what part I'm talking about when he levitates up and she levitates. Here it is. This was sick. I loved this. You don't want to know. I promise. You don't get to make that choice for me, Wanda. I mean, Paul Bettany. Bravo. Come on, who's with me? This scene was worth the price of admission so far. I love this turnout. So does Vision know, is Vision actually back? Well, we finally got to see. Apparently, some footage shows Wanda going to get the dead Vision from our shield or wherever it was, or sword, and brought him in. And then we had that amazing scene, which I also wanted to make sure we talked about, where Wanda goes psycho outside the fence, where, my God, she turns everyone against the guy. Here it is. Sorry. But this scene where we got to see her seemingly with the accent again, like, leave me alone. I'm leaving you alone. This is your last warning. This moment was fantastic. And again, it seemed like she is and she knows what's going on and she wants it. But who set it up? Why? What brought her to this point? Those are all the questions we need to still have answered. So, but they answered enough now to say, all right, so she knows she's been faking it. She's doing it. And so far, unless someone's pulling her strings, and she doesn't want any of these people in. Stay out. Stop ruining my dream. She's basically in a dream state, enjoying her sleep, and they're trying to wake her up, and she doesn't want to wake up because she knows if she wakes up, she's going to lose everything. And so that is an interesting hook. I'm in, especially if, is she going to lose the kids? Is she going to lose Vision again? Is she now going to lose her brother again? All things that can make her unleash hell, which I think is what's going to happen. So sign me up. I'm on board. So, man, it was a really good episode. There was a lot of fun stuff in this one. Finally, some stakes, some conflicts. What did you guys think? Was this one as good for you? Are you now getting back in? Look, I always said, even though I didn't like these first 4 episodes, I stand by it. I think the release strategy of this show was poor. They should have released the first 4, and then we should have released the next 2, and then the next 2. Like, I think if they had done that over the course of a few weeks and stretched out like that, we would all be way more invested and excited to get like a little bit more of this each week and then talk about it, maybe even rewatch it. I think those first 4 episodes were like, okay, what? And then 4 is like, yeah, see, okay. And it wasn't until 5 where you're like, okay, okay, now it's good. Dangerous. We'll see over at the end. Could this really hit the landing and work? There's still potential in my mind for this to fall apart if they don't embrace what's happening with this X-Men reveal. If they don't actually make him be who we want him to be, I'm going to be bummed. Look, Mephisto sounds interesting. I'm excited for that. Or Nightmare. There's a lot of other characters that could come in from what my research on how this works. But I come on, man. You just introduced Fox's X-Men. You just plucked a character who we liked. We liked that X-Men character. He was great in Days of Future Past. I want to see a little bit more of him. Cool. What does that mean? So much to unpack there. Because does that mean Magneto can come in next in a way to sort of introduce the multiverse? We had a fight last night on a stream. They're like, I don't want that. I don't want the X-Men worlds. X-Men movies, no, leave them alone. Of course, leave them alone, but why can't they be neighboring universes? Why can't we actually have a subtle nod to say, oh yeah, those are all in the same thing? If we wanted to pull someone, we could. If we wanted to visit there, we could. But they're their own thing. We're our own thing. Sometimes they collide in danger, but otherwise we sort of do our own thing. Yes, please. Why not? That's what comics do. That's what I want. It's what Flashpoint's going to do. Again, I think Kevin Feige wisely noticed where DC was headed with Flashpoint and was like, it's time for the multiverse. Come on, we gotta get this quick. Hey, Sony. Yeah, you know what? Let's get a deal. We'll make a deal. Yeah, we'll give you a little less. Come on. It all makes sense that he wants to unveil and unpack this before DC does, and he's going to with WandaVision. I think boom, it's about to happen way before Flash does, and multiverse is starting to shoot. It's going to be same time. Just like again, remember BVS and Civil War. That was Feige clearly understanding, well, crap, if they're going to do that right away, we got to make one of our conflicts right away first. He's been very smart about that. But some DC fans hate him for that, but it is what it is. What do you think? What do you want this to do? How do you want this plot line to progress? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. Thank you again so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, go hit that subscribe in the top left for me, please. It'll help the channel. And then you can check out some of these videos. Thanks so much for watching. Lots more scoops coming. I got a big scoop coming, so make sure you subbed.